Hello and welcome to the official Red Card Podcast.
100 Manchester United goals for Wayne Rooney.
Thrilling run from Theo Walcott. What kind of a goal is that? Brilliant work. Theo Walcott. Balotelli. Aguero.
Let's start. Okay. So we're gonna do this short episode just because of this breaking news. Honestly, it's not that breaking. We did hear it a couple of days ago, but we've been wanting to talk about this. It's Lewandowski's transfer news, which is Lewandowski has signed a pre-contract with Bayern Munich. So next season, she Bayern Munich chole jaচ্ছে. And for Dortmund fans, this is not a happy news, and it's pretty much deja vu because এই season, as we all know, Götze চলে গেল. And Götzeর পরে I think they would think যে Lewandowski is their next best player, and সেও এখন বায়ার্নে চলে যাচ্ছে. I mean, what's going on here? ইরফান ভাই?
So this is another move by Bayern Munich to establish their monopoly in Bundesliga. Actually, not establish, but to basically their intention to establish monopoly. Because আমরা আগে দেখেছি যে চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স লিগে ডর্টমুন্ড স্টিল একটা ভালো ফাইট দিয়েছিল, যদিও তাদের বায়ার্নের মতো অত স্ট্রং টিম ছিল না. But anyway, so Lewandowski Bayern jaচ্ছে, very disappointing news for me as a Dortmund fan, because I think he was one of the best players I've seen coming from Dortmund. Brilliant striker. When he started off at Dortmund, he wasn't that great. I mean, I think FIFA-তেও Lewandowski অত ভালো ছিল না. But লাস্টের দিকে, especially last season, last FIFA-তে মানে দেখা যাচ্ছিল যে in real life Lewandowski is that good, and so I mean he's good in FIFA as well at the same time. And I don't know. But let's see what happens in Dortmund with their new players, Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang.
আজকেও এমনিতে Lewandowski Champions League, he scored a pretty good goal. So, I mean, I think they will feel, Dortmund playerরাও, they will feel in every game when Lewandowski scores যে it sucks যে next season এই energy, এই striking powerটা থাকবে না. So, Ziad ভাই, one of the things that Dortmund is expert at is প্রতি বছর ওদের এভাবে প্লেয়ার চলে আসছে, but they find obscure একটা league থেকে, they find these players who are just as good as their predecessors. I mean, to give you an example, Aubameyang, Mkhitaryan, মানে এসব কোত্থেকে আসছে, but they play some amazing football. মানে how do they do this?
I think credit goes to their scouting team. Dortmund probably has a very good scouting team in my opinion. যার কারণে they are able to find এরকম তোমার talented young players who are not household names initially, but then মনে করো when they play for a team like Dortmund, instantly they become a hit. And as you mentioned about Aubameyang and Mkhitaryan, Mkhitaryan, as you know, was being chased by Liverpool. Brandon Rodgers also identified him as a very good central attacking midfielder, but unfortunately Dortmund had the upper hand, obviously, because Champions League খেলতে পারছে এই টিমটা. So credit definitely goes to their scouting network. I think এখানে their manager Jurgen Klopp has a hand to it. He's a very good coach. He's a very good, I would say, the way he's managing the club. Kudos to him as well to actually sort of encourage young players coming to the team. Usually, যখন একটা club, when they reach at a successful level, মনে করো like a Champions League final, anything, and তখন একটা influx of fund যখন আসে, তখন they go for big names. But Dortmundের ক্ষেত্রে আমি দেখেছি যে they are maintaining what they had before, because they probably think this is the perfect formula for them, and I think it's working.
Right. I mean, it's still pretty good so far. Dortmund aren't doing bad at all. They're doing still pretty well in Bundesliga. But Jurgen Klopp, he must be feeling pretty depressed. Because Götze যখন চলে গেল, তখন সে বলছিল he's going not because he doesn't love Dortmund anymore or he loves Bayern more than Dortmund. It's because সে গুয়ার্দিওলার সাথে খেলতে চায়. এখন in that case, it basically becomes Klopp versus Guardiola একটা personal battle. আর এখন Lewandowskiও চলে যাচ্ছে. মানে how is he going to stop people from going on? সবাই জানে যে Klopp is a very good manager. তো মেরা ভাই মানে why can't he keep his good players?
I don't think it's a matter of directly Guardiola versus Klopp. It's more about the philosophy. If you look at Götze, the type of player he was doing amazingly well at Dortmund, but Bayern style is more suited to him. Definitely, he's a passer, he's a mover, he's a small, diminutive player. And any player, you're going to be flattered if the person who manages Messi tells you that, you know what, I'm going to make you play in Messi's position in my new team. That is flattering for anybody. In terms of Lewandowski, I think it has a huge monetary element to it.
So you think, so Mera bhai, you think Jay Lewandowski's move is all about the money?
Yes, definitely. I think not, at least not all about the money, but you can't say it's totally for sporting reasons. And, you know, like Godza, I can understand it was a playing style preference, and that sometimes plays a huge role. But Lewandowski, I think a huge part of it is the money. And specifically with his contract fights, I think that's what it boils down to. I'm pretty sure it has a huge impact in his decision making.
Acha, acha. So Ziad bhai, do you want to add anything more to that?
হ্যাঁ, আমি যেটা অ্যাড করতে চাই এখানে সেটা হচ্ছে যে I kind of agree with Mehrab as well যে money is a big influence. কারণ if you look at Guardiola's playing style, ওর কিন্তু a player like Lewandowskiর জায়গা, I don't know how he can fit him in. Because when he was at Barcelona, Ibrahimovic ওর টিমে ছিল, and he had a hard time adjusting to Guardiola's style. And I would feel that Lewandowski, Ibrahimovic, pretty much similar in the sense that they're more like a central striker, eager to attack the ball. Kintu, I don't know how well Lewandowski would fit into Guardiola's plan. Bayern Munich definitely যদি যায়, I won't be surprised if he spends a majority of the time in the bench.
Acha. Okay, I think that's all we have to say. I personally think Lewandowski's move to Bayern is, I mean, if it's for the money, then it's just sad because Dortmund is such a great club, has such a good future. And following Götze's footsteps, even though he saw যে Dortmund fanra কত ভাবে rebel করলো and protest করলো, I think it's just very depressing. Anyway, that's all for our transfer update. Until next time. Bye bye.